Hey everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Tiny Tina and the Tenacious Testicles. I am RockLeeSmile, and we've got alpacapatrol, Last Grey Wolf, and Baer Taffy back by request. How's it going, everybody?
Oh man,
I'm not ready for that, man.
Nick, you gotta.
I take like small leaves of absence, and I'm never prepared for Tiny Tina's testicular torsion.
That's not what I said.
Tiny Tina, she's got testicular torsion. I would never want. Have you guys heard actually what testicular torsion is?
I saw the Scrubs episode. It's awful.
Oh, that
It's
sounds
not
bad.
good.
Yeah.
Anything involving your testicles and not lightly fondling is probably the whole worst thing in the world.
I just
That's
said tenacious, though, so like, I don't know.
You
it
did say
doesn't-
that, yeah.
Tenacious D.
Tenacious testicular torsion. That's their fourth album. I also do want to say, since this is kind of a rare occurrence on my channel these days, and it's pretty much my fault because these guys invite me all the time and I'm just an asshole. This is a regular series that happens over on Rob and Nick's channel, and I'm lucky enough to be a guest sometimes. So you guys should definitely go check them out. Links in the description.
Oh, thanks.
There's like
You are very
180
lucky.
episodes of this.
Yeah.
Yes, there are. And
like
there
us
are
talking.
just as many in-jokes as well. So
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
if you're a new viewer, welcome to You Won't Understand Any of This, hosted by us four.
My cannolis. You know what's great about
Yeah,
the
my
Magic
cannolis.
series? The great part about the Magic series to me is that we have a lot of in-jokes, yeah, but we have a lot of in-jokes that happen before the episodes begin, so they're in-jokes that not even the
They're not
viewership
even
gets to
things that
enjoy.
other people
Yeah,
get.
they don't even get to enjoy them. Like, we just say them and they just accept it as like, oh, that's just some other random bullshit that these fuckers are saying now.
Yeah.
And we keep getting comments that are like, man, I really wish that you guys just played anything but Magic. I would so love to watch this. And we're like, you know what? We're just going to play Magic again, but only for 5 minutes.
Did you guys really make a 5-minute episode?
No, the game was 5 minutes long. The episode was an hour and a half long.
Oh my god.
It was probably the worst one in, like, recent memory is last
Oh,
episode.
But it had some of the best conversation.
It was
It
really
did.
good.
It did, yeah. It was.
We,
it
did,
was
we
pretty-
discussed Twitch and streaming.
Nobody's watching this series for the magic. I mean, That's-
You
that's a
say
given.
that.
They
say
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
We do get the comments a lot sometimes, though.
And those people, I'm sorry, but there's probably some other more magic-related episodes on Twitch that you could.
Are there other like long-running 4-player magic series on
I don't
YouTube?
think so.
Don't know.
Or Strategy did Magic, I think, every Friday or something, but I think he actually just plays the game, so.
More like every Monday and Friday. Am I right?
Ew, that's the
Well-
schedule for our series.
Yeah.
Friday
Oh,
is like.
I thought he was just
movie
like
magic.
making an observation. With Joe. Like, yeah, he does. He sure does.
He really does do it Mondays and Fridays.
I love you.
Oh,
you're really
Bear
bringing
probably
out a
missed that
gauntlet.
one. Yeah, that's an old one. That's an old one coming back.
Oh, it's coming back. I'm just trying to think of all like the ones I can remember, but there's so you forget them like almost instantly as they start.
It's very.
Well, you're
It's actually it's
thinking
a
of ones-
pattern of thinking. You'll just fall into it and figure them
Yeah.
out.
You're thinking of ones that were from the last time I was here, I think.
Well, were you
maybe.
part of I Love? I think you
Oh, yeah,
came
you
in after
was.
I
episode.
came
after
in right
You,
when I
yeah.
Love You was starting
Were
to,
you
know.
part of I Love You?
It sounds like a new U2 album.
Such a unique experience to our series.
I Love You.
I love. God damn it.
Trying to figure out all your new decks here. I'm still rocking my classic. This is the deck I made, and then never went back into the deck builder deck.
I eventually, like, I made a new deck that I had to play because these guys bitched and moaned about Inferno Titan for a while, and then Austin wouldn't switch his deck, and so I was like, you know what, fuck it, Inferno Titan Goblin deck's coming back.
Yeah, but Inferno Titan's banned legally.
Yeah, he's not banned though.
Like I don't understand why
I
this
think
is
my
so.
win rate when I actually play Inferno Titan is actually quite low.
Well,
In all seriousness.
I think the only time I can remember where you lost an Inferno Titan is when I also had Inferno Titan. Then I
That's-
stole your other Inferno Titan.
Yeah, that was dick.
That was Dick.
That was
dick.
some dick.
That was dick. Baer seems to be advocating for the Beast currently.
Oh, yeah.
What's all this about?
I'd like to give you all a pamphlet if you don't mind.
Oh, well.
It's a leaflet,
Wait,
more
have you-
more
do
like.
you
I
want
mean,
me to
there's not
kill that
nothing-
thing?
Oh, is it Death Touch? That was dumb.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead and kill it.
All right.
Get rid of the Death Touch, I guess. That's fine. That's like a freaking Hearthstone style trade right there.
Yeah, there
You
you
should
go.
have just said
That's not
like,
bad.
oh, like,
Uh-oh.
oh, yeah, I do want you to kill
Oh,
it.
yeah,
yeah,
that would have
put it
messed
on.
me up.
Yeah, I do.
I want you to.
Yeah, dude.
Baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hope you
Like a
guys
bunch
are
of
liking-
walruses mating or something.
Hope you guys are liking Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2015.
It's like Jamie Heinemann's walruses and Batman all in a
Oh
dark pit together, all
God.
sweaty.
That was a lot of words that you
That
just said.
was. That might have been too much. I don't know if there's ever a joke or reference that's had too much, but you might have achieved that.
That might have been
I
too
think
much, yeah.
there was too much there.
Let Dracula fetus animate it or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
You'll just animate heads exploding in the audience as they
I
do
was
it.
contractually obliged to say that.
For a
You
second,
can't fucking make up for it now, man.
I'm trying to
You
get
don't
rid of them now so
understand
we
it.
don't have to do them on the next one.
We'll just say, well, for a point of reference, go listen to the last episode of Magic the Gathering,
Duels
Yeah.
of the Planeswalkers.
Excuse me?
2015.
2014,
2014.
mean-
Magica.
15.
You mean the Roundtable podcast?
No. I was saying, yeah, never mind. It doesn't matter. Not only does the audience not get it, but Rob and Austin.
Yeah, no,
don't
we
get
don't get it at all, yeah.
I'm just laughing along, man. I'm pretending. I want to feel part of this.
These are in jokes for me and Bear only. I don't
Oh,
want
okay.
Rob and Austin to get me.
Fair enough.
I should just make it in jokes for each individual person,
You
so
can
then
never
they just
get
become
this.
jokes.
You can never get this.
You can never win.
We should all just get our own in-jokes.
Yeah,
Just our own personal
No,
in-jokes.
damn it. Don't do that.
we should go
Go back.
at the end of this episode. We should all go write one in joke, and then come back to the next episode and try and sneak in the in joke at some point, and then the other people have to guess if that is the in joke that they wrote. It's
Whoa.
a game.
Luck is a skill you have to learn.
God damn it.
A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me.
I'm really letting you know that part of the song.
Rob,
You
look up the last part of the song and then sing that
I'm
part.
not gonna do that.
Or
That's-
each part that's not the chorus.
no, I'm not gonna do that. That's another in joke that people don't understand either.
I think it was.
So we did karaoke when we were at PAX, and one of the songs was "No Scrubs," and Rob chose to sing it, but he forgot that there's a whole like speaking part at the end of that song,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of fell apart at the
He
end.
also forgot that there was verses to the song.
Yeah, I just thought the
yeah.
whole song
I
was
did
the
too,
chorus. Turns out that songs aren't just choruses. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that because
Some are.
really
Some of
modern
them.
pop songs are pretty much just choruses. So, but
Yeah,
Shots
well,
fired at Modern Pop. I hope they're not
Yeah.
watching.
Suck it, modern pop stars. We're gonna have like Taylor
Oh.
Swift in the comments, like, "Hey,
God damn it, Taylor Swift!
That's all she'll
Stop
say.
watching our videos.
It's hey ... and then a frowny face from the official Taylor Swift YouTube account.
Yeah, that's
It's
Vivo.
Vivo.
At official Taylor Swift Vivo. Yeah.
Apparently, Taylor Swift is a very nice lady.
I
And,
don't.
I don't
that.
agree.
Yeah, I think she's.
Did you meet her when you were on site at Harrison Ford's plane crash?
Barely, he's
You
got
still have bones all over the sidewalk.
yeah, those,
That's another one of those before the episode even started in jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
For keeping
oh, it
track at home.
was. God
Puked up some
damn,
bones.
guys.
Bone puker. Puker of bones.
Bone puke.
What are you saying?
He's
What are the
puker of
words?
bones. He puked up some bones. He's a bone puker.
Can you even puke up bones? Like, you'd have to.
Owls can.
Well, they're not their bones.
I want you to answer all questions with owls can from now on. I like that.
I mean, it's not technically wrong most of the time.
You're running for like a president, and you're in a debate, and it's like, how do you plan on, reforming some of the foreign policies regarding Iran in these next coming years? Well, owls can.
Yeah. So obviously I can do it. I mean, come on, it's owls.
No, you say kind of off kilter. You say owls can. You look like you're fucking crazy. Then you turn around and shut your mouth, and that's the end of that.
You're still up at the pulpit, but you're just not. Your back is turned to the audience. And you're just silent.
That's
The
the only thing
podium?
to say for the whole thing.
You're up at the podium, aren't you?
You
Are we giving a
said
speech
pulpit.
or are we in an interview?
The podium.
It's
Pulpit's
whether
a
we're
word.
at church or whether we're at like a lecture hall.
Man,
No,
pulpit
you
and podium are interchangeable.
No, you
Are they?
can say pulpit for political things. Yeah, that's the,
Pulpit isn't a specifically religious term.
No.
No. I mean, like the whole FDR thing was, or the
Uh-oh.
Theodore Roosevelt is the bully pulpit.
Right. Well, I learned a
FDR
thing.
owned a pulpit.
Yeah.
Pulpit
Well-
sounds like some guy who's trying to be way too cool ordering
We
orange
think
I'm
juice.
Zeus fly,
I'm gonna be
also
just-
known as a buster.
He's just like, hey, why don't you pulpit? You know?
I think we're getting to the levels of pulpit like frequency that I don't hear the word pulpit anymore. I don't even know what
I
it
prefer
means
orange
anymore.
juice without pulpit.
Let's just repeat pulpit until it loses all meaning.
We have
about-
already.
Oh yeah, we
Pulpit.
have. Stop it.
Pulpit.
Stop it.
Pulpit.
Stop it.
Pulpit.
Hey.
Pulpit.
Hey.
That's like a bop it move. Bop it.
Pulpit.
Pulpit.
It's also a Pokemon.
Filibuster. That was a move. Bop it.
Political bop it. I want political bop it in my life.
I want to play that game.
I want to play that game. Do.
God damn it.
Bear, why do you not come on this show? See how much fucking fun we have?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you
I'm
serious?
always
Don't come
gone
on
when you
this?
fucking invite me. Like I
Mondays
swear,
is
just
yours.
monitoring my house as soon as I leave my bedroom. Magic? Oh, you want to go? Oh, you're not here. Oh, sorry. We gotta record now. Although Rob did ask me like an hour and a half ago, to be fair.
I did, yeah. But apparently you were eating dinner.
I was.
Eating
Yeah,
dinner?
that is true.
Yeah, you
He
were
gave me a
beating
story and everything like a good friend.
Hmm?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought you were just a piece of shit. This is quite the ohms race we got going on here, boys.
Well, yeah. I got one creature.
Do you think there's going to be a fierce raging battle in the comments about whether or not pulpit is a religious term?
Yeah, Austin, pick a number between 1 and 3.
7? Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
All right, well, that's it then, I guess.
All right, well, since you failed to do that.
No! I panicked. I'm sorry.
Between 1 and 3, 7.
Also known as a buster.
Actually, I'm on, I go to the subreddit that's crappy design. Whoa, you got rid of prevent all damage this turn?
Well, yeah, print all that 2 damage to my 2/1. Oh, no.
Well,
Oh, though.
no.
Odor.
But, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something.
You go to the design fails.
Oh yeah,
Correct.
okay.
Design,
So
yeah.
there was one where it was like, how would you rate North Carolina's handling of the something situation in the Middle East? And judge it. Yeah, it's a ridiculous question. And on top of that, it said, rate it 1 to 9. Okay, so they went to rate it 1 to 9, right?
Why?
And here's the thing, is they didn't rate it 1 to 9 on like a scroll bar or like a number that you could put in or anything. They had it as a list, and they printed out all of the words specifically. So it was like 1, 2, 3 as like a different bullet point that you could check. And here's the best part. It wasn't in like 1, 2, 3, 4 order. It was in alphabetical order.
Oh my god.
And then on top of that, there was a 10 in there. There was also a 10.
That seems like a reading comprehension quiz more so than a poll quiz.
Can you follow directions? Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
We all had those quizzes, right? Where
Are
the
you smarter than
teacher
Jeff
would like
Dunham?
the first day they'd hand out that quiz. It's like 100 questions long, but the very beginning
Yeah.
instructions say, Don't do any
answer
of this
any of these.
quiz. Write your name on it. And hand
I
it in."
remember that one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they give it away when the first kid walks up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the first kid never walks up, and everyone's nervous to be the first kid that walks up because they're like, "Is this actually what I'm supposed to do? What do I do?" Everyone else is writing down. Oh no, I should write down.
I still remember one of the most like badass moments I've ever had in school at all is I was taking this psychology course.
At all?
Well, yeah,
At all.
Yeah, at all. All together.
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was taking this psychology course, and it's a very difficult course. Like I think like 60 to 70% of the people take it twice because they fail the first time around. And I was like really fucking going hard on that course. Like I like super studied for this exam, and then I get down, I sit at the desk for the exam, and I'm just in the fucking zone. Like I don't see anything. There's no like I just fucking tunnel vision on the test, and I finish it, and I'm the first one in class to finish it, and I finish it. I like proofread my notes, and I walk up to the teacher, hand it in, and walk out, and then I find out that I actually finished the test in like 9 minutes or something, or like 8 or 9 minutes, and I was like the highest score in the class. Everyone else finished like 45 minutes later, and I was like,
Wow.
yeah, I'm a fucking badass.
You're so good, dude.
Did you like snort a bunch of coke or something? Like,
I
they should do that.
I was just in the fucking zone. You know, like sometimes you just get in the zone, the auto zone.
The auto zone.
Yeah, exactly.
And
This has all just been a long-winded fucking periphrasis of a commercial that Rob just threw away.
Exactly. Yeah. That's basically
Periphrasis?
Periphrasis.
Yeah, I just kind of accepted that.
Baer,
as a
I
word
don't.
that I'm sure
Can you
Baer
stop
would
using words that I don't fucking know? Like, you make me
I know
feel
a
really
lot of
insecure.
words. I think my vocabulary is pretty good. I've never heard of that one.
I never heard of it.
Periphrasis. It's like a long-winded story that doesn't really need to be such.
That's a fantastic word.
That's
I like
pretty
it.
good,
I like it too because it dovetails from the idea of periphery, which is a word I do use regularly. So that's actually got a decent shot at showing up in my vocabulary. Thank you.
Vocabulary lessons with Magic 2015.
You've learned stupider shit than that here.
Yeah. True.
All
I
right.
really want to make political bop it a thing, man. That is incredible.
I really love political bop it.
Redistrict. Gerrymander.
Super PAC.
You just win if you get super pack.
Yeah.
You just actually win.
It's like the golden snitch. It pops out of the machine every once in a while.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I got invited to do. Actually, maybe I'm not allowed to talk about this, so never mind.
You got invited to play political bop it?
Yeah, we got invited to play political bop it.
Dude, why didn't you tell us?
He's getting a dev kit political bop it.
I'd test that out.
I'll beta test your political bop it if you know what I'm saying.
Heyo.
That has to be the most convoluted euphemism that's ever been spoken by anyone. There is nothing that relates in any way to any kind of sex act, but it still is a euphemism because that's where we live these days.
You don't call your dick a bop it?
I mean,
I
you
don't
do
really-
bop it
Especially when
twisted
you're having
bullet.
sex. That's the best time to do it.
would
I don't know
really
if I'd
want
ever-
to bop it. Yeah.
I don't know if I...
You just grab it by the shaft and just bonk the head.
They should actually. Why don't they have sex bop it? Like you just like attach like a little speaker to your penis, and it's like suck it,
Wait,
stroke
yours
it,
doesn't have a speaker?
kiss it, tap it.
Don't tap
Can you
it.
imagine they put a little bit like a little tiny microchip inside of the urethra somewhere and it like magnifies sound? It would shoot like a loud whirring
When you
sound.
talk about putting stuff into your urethra, I just become a Gungan, and I can't handle it.
I was going to say we found your Gungan trigger.
Exactly.
Everyone has one.
Gungan trigger warning, no urethral. So Gungans hate this.
What?
Alright.
Oh, I don't even think anything we've said makes sense.
Yeah, you're
We're getting
probably
somewhere
right.
today.
The best jokes are the ones that aren't even meant for anyone but yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
Yeah.
line to live by.
Yeah.
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 You making fun of me, motherfuckers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm making fun of myself, actually.
Sound choice.
Yeah,
Sound
choice.
sound choice.
That's another karaoke reference.
That's
Yeah.
It is a karaoke reference.
All right, so the best part of karaoke for me was not only listening to Northern Lion do Wild Wild West, but the fact that that video had nothing to do with Wild Wild
Oh,
West.
that was
Yeah, that was the best
hysterical.
part of it, yeah. And then also the Sweet Caroline video was really fucking weird. Cause like it seemed like it was specific to Sweet Caroline, but it was not about like some girl that he had like a love affair with. It was about like a young girl like peeping on old men on the beach. And it was like real weird.
Sweet
was.
Caroline.
That's basically what we were doing for.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
five.
pretty much it, yeah.
We can just sing Sweet Caroline and get ourselves some
You
content
kind of just
matches.
like black out for the verses, and then when the chorus comes, you're like, "Oh, sweet Caroline."
We would play that over the PA at the hockey games, and the crowd they would do that exact same thing. So
Of
they'd just be
course,
like,
yeah.
bobbing their head through the verses, and then everybody together, Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba, and then so good.
Bob
would be
it,
the-
yeah.
yeah.
Sweet Caroline, suck it.
I mean, that's kind of the subtext of the whole song, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh, who's gonna get the strongest?
If you mess with the bull, you get the horns. That's a thing I know.
You mess with
Yeah.
the
That's
an
beast, you get
expression.
the
Nick's been like
aggravation
quietly
of the
beating the shit out of me this whole game.
Yeah,
I don't know if
that's
anyone's
true.
noticed that.
I don't think anyone wants to do anything about that.
Yeah,
No.
not really. I don't really have any means to do anything. About
Nobody
it
else is
either.
doing anything to you.
Yeah, I guess that's
a good
true.
point.
I'm just glad I finally have a creature to not block your creature with. It's real nice.
You could block it if you want. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, fucking hot soup. I can't block it.
Block it.
The soup's
No, you
too
can
hot.
block the other one.
The soup's too hot.
Block it.
No, not the other one.
Oh, the other one didn't have hot? I thought they both had hot soup. I just assumed.
There's only so much hot soup to go around, really.
No, that's a trap, though. You're going to kill it, and then you're going to do the thing. It's a trap.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you're bluffing
Got
the trap. But I know you have, like, both of the cards in your hand are fleshed to dust.
Flesh.
They could be. They might not be. Flesh to dust.
Fleshed to dust.
Flirst to durst.
If you're not
Flirst
flirst, you're
to
durst.
durst.
If you're
Internet
not
gamer for the
flirst.
first time.
You're durst. Like that one Durst guy who killed somebody.
Yeah.
Did
went
he
to
kill
jail.
someone?
Yeah, he killed
Oh
a guy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, like the Durst.
Doug
Not
Durst.
Fred Durst.
Yeah, yeah, Doug Durst.
It's his brother or something.
Doug Durst.
Dick Durst.
Doug Durst.
Dick
the worst.
Dirty Durst.
Big dirty Dick Durst.
Dirk Nasty the Durst.
Dick Diggler Dirty Durst.
Dirty Dursty.
Took her job.
Oh, that fucking rapidly devolved.
Oh, this is gonna hurt a lot, I think.
It's mainly gonna hurt Nick a lot, to be honest.
Okay.
You guys could stop it right now if you want.
Nick's just dead, actually, maybe?
All right.
Oh, this is classic Austin kills
Yeah,
you from
it's
full
dead.
health.
Full health. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah.
All.
This is great.
Wow.
Sorry, Nick, you're beating.
Oh, look, he's almost got all his health back, too, so all the damage I didn't even count either.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, Nick. Bear
Nick
swing.
look, Nick was hitting me, all right? That was completely...
You want to know why I was hitting you? Because of the shit you just did to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
What did you do?
I have a lot of
He
enchantments.
got
so-
Viscopa Guildmage and won the game. That's what that card does.
that's not how that... Don't worry about
That's
that.
how that works.
That's not how that works.
Oh, this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one other step. It's not how that works. You have to get the card, then you have to tap the card, and then you win the game.
Oh, okay.
It's a three-step process.
You
not
actually
two.
don't even tap Viscopa Guildmage.
All right. Well, I mean, maybe I was exaggerating. I wanted to give Austin the benefit of the doubt, so it's a two-step process.
You can benefit my doubt, but...
I don't want to benefit your doubt.
Try this
Dude,
out.
benefit my doubt. Hey,
Benefit Mrs. Doubtfire.
Don't do it
It's
too
a
soon.
benefit for Mrs. Doubtfire.
Too-
Oh
okay, that's
shit! Oh
more valid.
yeah, I forgot.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. See,
Oh.
What?
see, too
What?
soon.
What?
what was too soon?
Well,
You can't make Robin Williams jokes.
Oh, I thought I was like attacking Austin too soon.
yeah, too
No,
soon.
you can
yeah.
attack him as soon as possible.
Okay.
You attacked me too soon.
Sorry.
And I thought when you said the benefit for Mrs. Doubtfire was that you understood when I meant it was too soon.
Mm-hmm.
So you reformed your joke to actually be slightly more sensitive. Now I think you just bummed yourself right out.
Sensitive. Sensitive.
When you look at the board, do you see like the Bank of America logo? Because I do.
I see the Bank of Smazel of Erica.
I mean, I can see why you might see the Bank of America logo, but I don't actually
Crossing
see.
lines.
Yeah, I mean, but the Bank of America logo is the American flag, and this is a
Well,
very lacking of color.
It's sort of like if you had the Bank of America logo, but then it like glitched out. Might look like this.
Yeah.
Like the world's shittiest Rorschach test.
More like
Well, I'm
Shrek.
sort of at a loss as to what to do.
Well, we're playing Magic.
You could
alright,
sing
that's a good
Sweet
point.
Caroline. I mean,
Sweet Caroline.
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 If like, you could sing Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
Look,
Hello, Robert. Would you like to play Magic?
you can make fun of my emphasis.
Bear, if
your
I kill
inflection.
Austin, Bear, if I kill Austin, do I get like one turn of
I'll
leeway?
immediately attack you.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
he's gonna. If I don't do that, he's gonna win.
Don't
So, like-
play second place.
Well,
all
I don't
right?
want to play second place. I
Then-
want to
dude,
play.
you don't
like,
play second
Bear,
place.
I
You've
wanna
already
play
made
your
Bear
decision.
gives me a turn to just recuperate.
Everybody calm down for a second. I died already for you. I'm your martyr. No one can take fourth.
That's
Just
true.
enjoy. Just fucking enjoy it.
Did-
We all have podium
I-
placements, man, so just
like-
take solace in that.
I guess I could. I mean, like, I either get second
Rob,
place. Or
I can't.
No
I
place.
can't like attack anymore because
Ignore
of fucking...
Austin and do what you think is right. What does your heart tell you?
Look, Bear. Rob, he's playing you. He's a bear. He plays games.
All right.
All right.
I'll do a temporary.
Austin's literally the devil.
Wow.
It's half measure.
You killed.
There's such a good
okay,
little.
you
There's
just-
a bear on Twitter that I love so much, and it's like it ends every tweet with "I'm a bear," and it just all the tweets are like, "I found a stick today. Also found lots of moss. Thought about my feelings. I'm a bear. It's so
Oh my
good.
god! You have
I
to
love
show
that
me
Twitter.
what Twitter handle that is because I
I
need to
will
follow that immediately.
after I'm done with this. I will, but I can't leave the window yet.
Oh, hard drive space.
Schlemazel.
No, if I focus away from the window, then it'll stop recording. I can't.
Oh,
Rob just
can't have that.
ham-fisted me. I don't understand what the issue is here.
Very important that the viewers see this.
Yeah.
You fisted me right in the ham.
Ham-fisted you?
I did. I fisted you right in your ham.
Oh.
How much land do I have?
8.
We're like great.
Would fist it be on sexual bop it?
Yeah, definitely.
Lick it.
Well, actually, no, because if we're talking about like sexual bop it where it's attached to the penis, no.
Yeah, so we'd have to have male and female sexual bop it.
Yeah.
What was that nonsense?
Kill your creature because you're being mean.
Oh god damn it!
All
I
right.
take a bunch of damage.
What? No one took any
Oh
damage.
right, yeah, because of the not the thing yet. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because not the thing yet. You killed my only way with lifelink, Rob. I don't know why you made that decision so hard. You literally hampered any damage I could do.
Well, yeah, I realized that as well afterwards.
Intimidation.
But I mean, you could still get like now you could get like a lone missionary and I think just win or kill one of us or something.
Is that part of the
would
sex
be
bop it too? The lone missionary?
Yeah. I think
2
so,
lone missionaries would be enough.
to kill any one of us. It's 4 life. And
Yeah, and you took away the one that hits
8.
everyone, so it would only be one of you, and it would need 2. So it's very unlikely.
Mhm.
But I mean, we could talk about Sweet Caroline some more if you want.
Sweet Caroline.
I don't understand. Am I saying it wrong? Because the second time I feel like I didn't say it wrong.
It's Caroline. It's not
Caroline.
It's like you're putting emphasis on like the wrong part of the word for an English speaker.
Sweet Caroline?
Yeah,
It's like
Sweet
it's South Carolina, but
Yeah.
it's Caroline.
Well, but the emphasis is still right on South Carolina because it's
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that's the distinction you have to make
Right.
between Carolina and Caroline.
yeah, yeah.
Hey Rob, what's that word that's like slightly scandalous when a whole bunch of things go wrong? It's like maybe slightly politically oriented, and it rhymes with like the box you carry when you go fishing.
That's
You seem to know it. I think you're just quizzing him.
that's a debacle.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's one of the debacles of our generation.
How do we pronounce that word again?
Might be one of the funniest Magic episodes
Debacle
that's
the
ever happened.
tackle?
It's like a chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
Rob,
I love when Rob says debacle. It's so good.
Very
It's
nice.
like my favorite thing.
It's a good time. Debacle. How do you
I
say
really,
debacle?
really
Bear?
like that.
Debacle.
Say,
No, I
say that
say
word.
debacle.
Yeah, you say
It's a
debacle.
Like a
debacle.
normal fucking person.
Well, actually, no. Maul gives me shit for saying mayonnaise, right? Instead of
Oh, it's mayonnaise.
mayonnaise, right?
mayonnaise.
Okay.
Oh, you're definitely wrong.
Yeah. Well, no. But here's the thing: we were watching an episode of Parks and Recreation, and mayonnaise was a topic of discussion, and all the characters said mayonnaise, and she was like, "It's mayonnaise." I'm like, "No, I'm right, motherfucker. People say it like that." So,
Rob, I
boom.
want to let you in on a little secret about writing,
Okay.
and that is people write scripts to be particular about specific things,
All right.
meaning it was a joke.
no,
And
no, it wasn't.
everyone knows it's pronounced mayonnaise.
I don't think so.
everyone knows it.
You just said mayonnaise. That's the way that Austin
damn it.
says it.
It's
It gives
mayonnaise.
you literally 5 seconds to pick a card, and I just had to panic pick a card, and it wasn't even the right card.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like the one timer that just depletes rapidly in the
Yeah,
game.
I don't know why. It's like
I literally have to look through my entire deck one at a time, and I have 10 seconds to do
it
so.
doesn't
And I
even
need
give you the
one
specific
card.
cards, right? Like doesn't it doesn't give you oh no, for a card. Okay. Right. I thought
Yeah,
it
no,
was-
it's any card, but I needed time in order to get the card I wanted, and it just wouldn't give it to me. So I had to just pick a random card that was good, that I could click fast enough. It was unfortunate.
Yeah, I've been there, man.
Yeah,
I haven't. I'm dead.
Yeah, that's true. Nick is dead.
Nick's pretty dead.
I don't know if you guys are aware.
Exile one of your own cards.
Sure did.
Well, yeah, I had to. So you could rise from the grave.
Right from
No, no.
Not allowed anymore.
Stop that
I
one.
can't do that.
Ban
that was-
tournaments.
I thought I was allowed to do that.
Against the
Alright, sorry.
law. That's
Really is
against
illegal.
the law.
That button exists, by the way.
It does, yeah.
Link that in
I don't know if you
description.
guys saw that. Yeah, there's the Freeze made it. That's against the law button.
Man,
I don't like how many Krenko's command cards you have.
I don't have any, really.
really hate. Like, I think I could have actually won on this turn if I would have gotten the card I wanted, and I just didn't get it. Yeah, no, I would have won on this turn. Fuck this game.
Yeah, goddamn. I can't win instantly and kill two
It's
people at the
bullshit.
same time.
I just wanted my card.
Fucking ridiculous.
It didn't give it to me, dude.
The 1 out of 40 cards in my deck.
Oh,
Bullshit.
Fuck me.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, my name's Austin. This game's bullshit. I play Slayer Angel.
Wait, are you actually upset that you've won like every game in the last
That's
several
not
weeks?
true. I lost like the last 2, I think.
How many have I won? None.
Rob's been winning a bunch. You probably, I don't think you won any actually, Nick. But Rob's been winning a bunch. What is that? A Phyto Titan?
It's all been who's trying to fight you, and then the one that cleans up after them.
Yeah, that's basically how it goes. Except for the last episode. The last episode was me just like wrecking both
That
of you.
yeah.
And I just don't give a shit, so I usually just put my neck on the freaking chopping block because I just want to get something going.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like blopping pop.
Oh, come on, man. He's got 1 card in his hand.
I know, which is why it makes a lot of mathematical sense to pick you.
Shit.
Sweet.
that
Dude, what if that one card was intentionally very important and he left it there for a reason?
No,
I
it's-
had a hankering that might be the case, but I figured I'd probably be better off doing that.
you made the right decision. The card I have in my hand sucks.
Yeah.
Goblin Rabber Master.
Goblin Raper Master.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
the
that's
master
true.
of rabbling.
Ribble Rabble Master.
Rubble.
Rabble master.
Rabbly Ribbly Rop.
Ribbly Rabble Rabble.
Have you guys seen? Oh man, have you guys seen the Tyler the Creator interview on the Eric Andre show?
No, that sounds good.
Oh, it's-
The only thing I've seen from the Eric Andre show is the Chiquita Banana intro. I don't know.
that's
if
a good
you've
one.
seen that.
That's a
That
good one,
is
yeah.
my favorite thing that exists in the world. I think. Chiquita Banana, Obama.
that's a really
You're gonna bananas, you get the gorilla.
What?
That's from Mirror Mask. Nobody's seen that movie.
I'm not. But yeah, no. Chiquita Banana, Obama is. If you haven't seen that, I think you just look up Chiquita Banana on YouTube. Eric
I think we're going to use this opportunity just to say you shouldn't be watching this and instead go watch the Eric Andre show.
Yeah, it's real good.
I've never actually even heard of that, to be totally
I'm
honest.
surprised you haven't.
Yeah, I don't
Seriously, I
really
am.
get out much. So
You were
that's
so
probably-
enthusiastic about it a second ago.
I
Yeah, Rob.
What did I do?
You said you've never heard of the thing you were just excited about a second ago.
No, I
that's
said
all.
that sounds great, but I've never.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Based on the man's name being Eric Andre.
Pretty sure you guys actually both die.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, I'm alright
that's
with
what
that.
happens. Yeah.
I don't
Well-
think there's anything you can do.
probably not.
Well, fuck it.
To
I'm not
eat a
gonna do it.
Chiquita, you gotta grow the banana.
What?
I got a Phyto Titan.
Bloodhound Gang.
There you go.
Oh, you gave me the boost.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck
Use
it.
the boost to get through.
Oh god, you really need to fucking change your stupid shitty deck. It's like so annoying.
I feel like there's some.
Basically ruined the whole series.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Austin, if you want it to just be look at Austin's big dick, we could call it that, if that's what you want it to be named.
We could-
I mean,
we
I'll
could do
change the
that.
title if that would make you feel better. yeah.
Austin, is that what you want?
Do you want that, Austin?
Maybe you guys just suck at this game.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it.
Wow.
I fucking said it.
I could have taken second place on that one. And
Yeah,
I
you
coulda
could
killed
have. And you didn't because I talked you out of it because I'm better than you.
All right, man. Do you fucking believe me now? He's Lucifer every time. Fucking kill his punk ass.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think I was trying to do? You all sat there idly by while I died for your sins.
I could do Bear's a wild
Don't
card.
don't
If
act
I
like you're a
swung-
fucking martyr.
I
if
just
I
called him Lucifer. You took it there, not me.
if I swung.
Swung?
If I
Swang!
if I
Swang your wang!
Austin,
Swing my wang.
Bear's a wild card. He would have killed me.
Yeah.
I was afraid.
Look, everyone plays to win. I don't know why you guys get mad at me for that.
I played to
Because your
lose.
fucking deck is bullshit. That's why. Because fucking Sanguine Blood, you didn't even have to hit either of us really, and you killed both of us and killed Nick at full health.
You're like the guy that brings a blue control deck to Friday Night Magic with friends.
You're like the guy that brings a blue controller to a party that he knows everyone else is going to have a blue controller, and then he takes their controller and says it's his.
You're
Yeah,
like the guy
that's
that,
a more accurate description.
You're like the guy that spams techies every game. That's
Is that-
Nobody knows what that means.
Yeah, Rob, come
spamming
on.
techies. Well, Austin gets it.
I get it, but
You're like the guy that learns how to play Ryu only by learning how to do the Hadouken and then runs to the back of your side of the stage and just Hadoukens until the other player quits.
I actually do that. That's me in
Run the timer out.
Yeah, just-
that's actually Rob.
yeah.
You're
No,
like
see, I'm
me
the
when I
guy-
was 12 years old when I signed up for Yahoo Chess and I set up unlimited time limit games and I waited for high ranked players to join the game and then I just didn't play and they quit and I boosted my rank up.
This feels
That's
less
you.
and less about me the more we get.
You're like that guy who sucks ass.
You're like that guy that goes to Barnes and Noble and scratches off all the scratch and sniff stickers in the back of the kids' books just so he can get off.
I just love it.
You're like the guy that goes to McDonald's and orders 500 Happy Meals, takes all the toys, and then waits for all the children to come by and sees that they don't have any more toys and becomes sad and you thrive off of it.
You're like that
You
guy.
took our innocence.
You're like that guy who traded me Star Fox on the Super Nintendo for some shitty game, and then I never gave it back to him.
Wait, what?
Wait, you're like Rob?
I just took this up. I was hoping you guys were going to continue. I was taking this opportunity to just make a confession that I always wanted to make. I was hoping you guys were going to mull over it and go on.
You're like that guy who worked at the trading card store and I brought my misprinted pincer into him and he only gave me $4 for it.
I'm like that guy. Yeah.
You're like that
You're
guy.
like that guy he's also known as a buster.
You are like that guy though that like plays with Exodia in the Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Oh, yeah, he is like that fucking guy, isn't he?
It totally tries to pass it off like that's a legit strategy. Fuck you.
What is Exodia? I don't even know.
That's like
If you
the,
get 5 Exodia cards in your hand, you win the game. Not that I know that I ever used that or anything.
No, oh yeah.
yeah,
The
I'm
guy
sure
who
that's
fucking
the
goes
deck
to
he
Yu-Gi-Oh
uses.
tournaments at local malls with the Exodia deck.
Does that even
That's
happen?
when they gave us all these new cards. One of the cards was like, if you get to 40 life, you win.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't let me
It's
put
like,
it in
that's
my
No,
banned.
you're not allowed
And I
to
said
do
that's
that.
banned.
Yeah, no, that's instantaneously banned if you're gonna keep using that deck. Which I still contend that you should not still be using that deck. You guys want to look
Stop
at
using that
questions
dick.
from the last episode of Magic?
Yeah, let's talk about Twitch things now that we've got world famous GDC speaker Bear Taffy here.
Oh! Fucking derpy deers! It was the Andy Griffith show! Or Andy Griffith. Is it Andy Griffin or Andy Griffith?
Andy Griffin.
Is it Andy Griffin? I think you're right. I think
No.
you're right. Andy Griffin. No, it's Griffith.
Andy
Yeah.
Melanakis.
For those that don't know, the last episode,
Yeah.
was someone whistled a tune, and we didn't know what the tune was from.
I did, yeah.
And it was
No, that's
Andy
not it.
Griffith's show.
That's Benny Hill. It's different.
Yeah.
Jackety Sax should have its own TV show.
Yeah.
Dude, don't whistle into the mic.
He's whistling in the mic.
Don't whistle into the mic, man.
You're like that guy that whistles into the mic during
are.
recordings.
Okay, so someone says, why the hell are you guys so self-conscious about pooping/peeing on the plane? There's a second part.
Is this really the first?
There's a second part to the question, but I feel
It's
like
the only
the
not
first
Twitch
part,
one.
the first part is very important. Why are you guys so self-conscious about peeing on a plane? Go.
Because
I'm not.
stand up. You stand up. Shut
You
up.
stand
Eric.
up to poop
Stand
on the plane? Why do you? They don't have like a
Stand up
stand-up
to get out of your
stall.
fucking seat, you bastard. All right.
And then you poop on your seat.
You're
Well,
like
yeah,
that
that's
guy
why you'd be
who takes a
self-conscious.
shit standing up on an airplane.
I'm just gonna go.
You're like that guy. You go spread eagle with your fucking feet up against the edges of the wall and suspend yourself in the air and let the shit just fall out of your ass all over the bathroom. And then just let them clean it up. Who cares?
Oh,
it's an airplane.
There's a third part to his question. I think the real question is, does anyone go to the airplane toilet to jack off, or do they just do it under the blanket? Which I like to. I just want to take issue.
Wait.
I want to take issue because you've set up like an absolute, black and white here, where you either jack off at the toilet or you jack off under the blanket. And I feel like a third option is you don't jerk off on a plane. Like that could be.
Yeah.
That's a busy person, man, who's only got time for jerking off when he's on a plane.
Where did this myth come from where people think that they can get away with jerking off next to someone if they're under a blanket? Like,
yeah, that's pretty gross.
That's not possible, all right?
It's also not cool. Like,
it's perpetuated by media. People think that if someone's got their head slightly turned away from you, that you could just do anything. And like porn does it too.
But I can't because you don't jerk off. You can't just like go with a conversation while you're jerking off. You got to be focused about it. You know, it's gonna distract you.
I've never tried, but honestly, just don't do it. It's just gross.
That's the important part. And yeah,
that'd be weird. So there you go. That's the question section of Magic the Gathering. Thanks for watching.
If I remember, somebody called him out on it too. Was like, "So are you saying you jack off on planes?"
I think he was mostly joking, but also
yeah, he said he was joking. I'm just saying it was funny. Somebody called him out on it.
That's true.
What's the weirdest place you've jacked off?
On a plane.
On the moon.
Oh man, I don't believe either of those answers.
What would happen? Like, would your dick explode if you jerked off on the moon?
It always does.
I think it. Yeah, I think your dick would just explode.
It's true.
You ever tried it? That's great.
Lots of times.
Well, if you're out in the vacuum of space, all the moisture inside of your body gets sucked out, so it wouldn't.
It already does. You know, there's that false quote from Albert Einstein, that thing about if you keep doing something and expecting different results, the definition of insanity, then what the hell is masturbation all about?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're not expecting different results.
I'm expecting the exact same
like
over and over.
Yeah, I
guess I didn't really think about that very hard.
I'm down for the same result every single time.
Yeah. I would be mad if it was a different
every time. I'd be freaked the fuck out, dude.
Yeah. Today it's grape jelly. Whoa!
That would be real interesting.
I was saying there should be like designer cum. Like you should get an injection. And
next question.
You're like the guy that discussed designer cum on Magic episode.
So people asked, by the way, to put on a, like, if we're going to talk for a while, just put on a, oh god, I can't go back, I forgot about that.
Put on an ogre.
No, I'm supposed to, oh, okay, no, I've made a terrible error, never mind.
Put on an ogre.
No, I was supposed to put on a darker screen so it's easier on the eyes to
I can't do that.
To watch. Well, yeah, you can't, but I can, and they suggested I do that. So here's an adorable toucan.
Still waiting for the sequel.
No,
Toucan's not the one, a 3-can.
Toucan
Why?
2 electric.
No, it's a 3-can.
Toucan 2.
What's the next thing you're gonna say?
I was gonna look at your comment section because you said you had questions.
Yeah, let's
about
do it.
Twitch. Yeah, I want to see that.
I want to see that comment.
I want the K10. I want the
K10
3-can. No.
K10
Still talking about. Never mind.
All right.
What you got?
I'm trying to look. I'm looking it over here.
What you got? What
Timothy
you got?
Catcher, also Andy Griffith Show.
In the rye?
Sir. Yeah.
That would be an educated elementary school joke if, like, out on the playground, they're like, "Hey,
Right?
Timothy Catcher in the rye. You an angsty teenager yet? No, because we're 8. Okay."
Here's a question. Hey, Nick, I remember you talking about how unhelpful straight-up positive comments are, and I usually just lurk on YouTube, Twitch because how silly comments can get.
I replied to that.
Yeah. You did.
I think that was just a compliment, wasn't it? I don't think there was a question there.
It wasn't a question at all.
Well, I was gonna say I was gonna bring up a question. Like,
okay.
You think do you actually think straight up positive comments are
straight up positive condiments?
Mustard, ketchup. I don't think there's any negatives. Really.
I don't know if there's positives about them.
Relish is pretty positive.
Like, what's the magnetic opposite of mustard? Like,
we're on that page.
Mustard.
Horseradish.
Hot dogs.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
It's actually a sound that a horse makes when you stroke its mane. Just let that one percolate for the next 24 hours. Get back to me.
I'm gonna
with your uproarious laughter.
I like percolate. I'm gonna add that one.
Oh, have you never
Percolate's
heard
that
a
already?
great word.
Yeah, percolate's great. I mean, that's got.
I don't think I'll ever
I mean,
How would you be able to use that?
every syllabic threshold in that word is a plosive, and it is just wonderful.
You're
That's
obsessed with
true.
plosives.
Wow, well represented as well.
So I think positive comments are very useful for keeping your morale up when you have a bad day of, God, I'm so glad that you weren't on the Northern Line Live Super Show that day because it's so much better without you. And your voice is like a fucking annoying monkey laughing. And
Shit.
Or man,
like,
you're
so
like
every-
the guy that goes to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments.
with the
Yeah, we say that to your
exploding
face,
part or
though. It's a lot better that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
sure.
So, like, you see a bunch of those and you're like, all right, I'm at negative 300 morale now. And then you see one of those and you're like, you know what, plus 50 to that.
Yeah.
So I feel a little better. So I appreciate them.
Yeah.
And whether or not they have any value bearing on criticism to the channel, it's just a happy thing to read. That's all.
I like them.
I think a lot of people may be reading differently into how I interpreted it. I actually tweeted it out a little while ago, too. But I had mentioned on the podcast, the Roundtable podcast, that, well, the phrasing I used was probably poor. But what I meant to say was that positive comments do very little to assist the creator productively. And that I stand by because that's actually true. Like, it's just a positive comment. Obviously, it's awesome to get a positive comment that says, like, hey, great job on this. I liked it. But like what I intended to say was, if I read that, that doesn't help me to improve the quality of what I'm doing. And that's, that's true. I mean, it's an unfortunate aspect of it, but it's true. Like, positive comments are not
That's true.
productively
but
beneficial.
I think the thing is there's like a false dichotomy here where you're saying that like a positive comment is in relation, like, doesn't have any value in relation to like a negative comment, because most of the time, or like actually yeah, most of the time an entirely straight up negative comment isn't helpful either. Criticism doesn't necessarily imply that it's a negative comment. I mean, you could, I guess, imply that it, or you could take.
No, you're right. I am
positive,
generalizing it too much. That's what the problem is. I'm saying, like, there are positive comments that contain criticism, and those are the best.
Yeah,
those are
right.
the best possible comments.
Like the reason that we have a toucan on the screen. I mean, I think that's objectively made this Magic episode better for all the viewers. Is there's this adorable toucan being.
I don't think
hugged.
you having a toucan on the screen though had anything to do with the comment about darkening your screen.
I mean, it does kinda. Like they like you gotta read the subtext, Austin. So
Oh,
he
okay.
said like, have a darker screen so it's easier on the eyes, which means put a toucan on the screen.
Yeah.
Like the butterfly effect of the Magic series.
Right. Are toucans the
super
symbol
far
of darkness?
Yeah, basically. I mean,
Right after you.
Wow.
I'm oh my god, a death emo x upper score x underscore x.
What?
Is this a username?
Yeah, I was trying to go for something like that.
Oh.
We want to see like a Photoshop challenge of an emo toucan, I think, because they have like a rainbow bill, like
Okay.
very
Very difficult.
colorful bill. So like that makes them kind of inherently happier. They don't actually have a rainbow bill, right?
They don't.
That's
Like
just,
orange and
that's just in my mind that they do
That's
that.
just the Fruit Loops
Yeah.
mascot.
I don't think he even does have. I'm pretty sure he just has a red bill. And
I don't think any of them do. I think that's
Where did that
entirely
come
made
from?
up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You just made up a mystical
And-
fantasy creature that
and-
has a giant rainbow bill.
why did we go along with you for so long?
I realized
Yeah, I think they might.
just seconds after I said it that that's just stupid, and yet it just came out anyway.
Here's the thing. There are some weird creatures that exist that are like totally out of some like old mythical folklore, like a fucking
Mythical
narwhal.
morning.
Like a narwhal. Why do narwhals exist? Are they so fucking weird?
Evolutionary
Yeah,
mishaps.
pretty weird.
Isolated evolutionary
We're
areas.
gonna do some fucking 180s right here because there is
Alright.
a toucan that has a rainbow bill.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's the keel-billed toucan. Its bill is green, blue, orange, red with some black stripes as well.
Whoa.
That's pretty sweet. I wonder if I knew about that and it was subconsciously there, or if I just made it up and
Oh
coincidentally
no,
there.
you totally knew about that. If you look at pictures of
Oh.
this is on like every travel poster to go to any country in Central America.
Right. So like I thought of that, and then I was like, but wait a minute, everyone that I can think of in my head right now has an orange bill.
So now the real question is the Fruit Loops toucan one of those toucans?
I'm pretty sure he has a red bill. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, is this orange,
Okay,
red, and
off the
pink?
top of your head, without Googling it, and then we'll find out the real answer here. What color do you think Sam the Toucan's bill is?
I just
Follow
He
your
did
nose
just say it.
wherever it goes.
I did just say
I think
that.
it's orange, red, and pink. That would be my guess.
Orange, red, and pink sounds
Wow,
right.
you guys are fucking good,
I
man.
know,
How-
that's amazing.
Wait, how do you know? Have you looked it up yet?
Oh, you're
No.
right. Yeah, look at that. Well, hey, you didn't offer black as a part of the bill, even though, yes, it's not a color. But, I mean, come on, give me a break here.
It's a value, actually.
I thought it was just solid black.
Yeah,
it's got
I guess
not-
it's No, it's got the front part of it is like, or the back part of it has like red and pink, and it's like orange for his mouth.
Huh.
Yeah, it's real weird.
I changed my Twitter profile picture to Toucan Sam for 10 minutes.
Hey, Nick, I'm
right.
personally
Yeah,
trying
hi.
to get into creating YouTube content since that seemed less stressful than Twitch to start off with.
What did you just do?
You're fucking disgusting.
Sorry, I became Rick from Rick and Morty for a second here.
I mean,
Were you squeezing your belly as you were talking?
No, I had a burp going as I was doing the sentence, and I figured I'd just roll with it instead of stopping.
Okay.
I'm really interested in YouTube.
So it seemed less stressful than Twitch to start off with, but I'm struggling to make my commentary sound entertaining. Most of what I'm saying seems to be reactionary, and I'm having trouble trying to stay entertaining while also playing a game. Do you have any tips on the subject?
Should burp more, apparently.
Yeah, you just burp.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know if I'm the best person to necessarily ask this question of considering I don't really think that I'm the most entertaining person out of the large community that I hang out with. I think if I fall anywhere, I try to be more, just kind of myself and chill out and, just talk. But I think just, be yourself, and that's at least a start. And then just take a lot of time and just keep talking and talking and talking, and eventually you'll find things to say.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a let's get real piece of advice, which is going to make me sound super shitty, but I'm okay with that. You be yourself. That's definitely the way to go. But sometimes you aren't entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people need to hear that, and I'm sorry about it, but like I don't even want to take a holier than thou approach to it either, because I sucked and sometimes still do suck as far as that's concerned. But some people just shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, but I feel like that's not said because it might be discouraging to some people it doesn't apply to.
Yeah.
But you've got to test the waters a little bit before you know, right? Because when I started, I was absolutely awful and I had no chance. And I gave myself some time and I found some way to do it that made sense to me. And I'm still doing it, and it's been years. So, like, if I would have just heard that and stopped at the beginning, I would have never still been doing this.
It's like, I don't want to, I know it sounds super shitty. Like, I realize right now it sounds super shitty, but I'm equating it to something like, so like, say you try basketball, and you play basketball for a little while. If you play basketball for like 6 months, you have a pretty damn good idea of how good you are at basketball, especially if you've done it on a regular basis.
Right.
Same thing goes here. If you make YouTube videos for like, it doesn't even have to be nearly that long. It'd be for like a month that you make YouTube videos. And if you feel like you're not improving, and if you feel like what you make, like, you are your best audience also. So if you watch that and you're not entertained by it and you don't think you're doing a good job, just try something else. Like, there are many, many other creative outlets to pursue. YouTube doesn't have to be the one.
Well, and the other way to frame it is you don't necessarily have to be strictly entertaining. There are methods of doing YouTube that don't involve being entertaining. You can be analytical. You could be someone who is sort of craft-minded and perhaps is skillful in some very specific niche.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you could do map making or speed running or
Specifically
any number of
speedrunning.
things.
It's
I mean,
a hook. You gotta have a hook.
Yeah.
Hey, full circle. But
Yeah,
no,
that's a great point too. If you're not entertaining, try other skills that you have and try to apply them to YouTube. If you're set on YouTube, then find a way to make it fit your personality better. Because like Nick said, if being yourself maybe means being like very in-depth and detailed about just like one particular game that you know a ton about, then go that route with it.
Yeah, sorry.
I will say that in terms of like speedrunning and the skill aspect, it's not unheard of, but like to not be interesting and still be popular. Like a lot of not a lot, but a good chunk of the top speedrunners and a good chunk of top esports personalities are very uninteresting people, yet they're still extremely popular because of their skill.
Yep.
And it's not unheard of. It's actually very possible too. If you are very good at a game and you put the effort towards it, whether it be speedrunning or some kind of esport, you will eventually get some ground if you are, very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure.
I think a lot of the message I wanted to send was, if you don't have any of the skills or abilities relevant to making YouTube videos, then you shouldn't do it. Which is kind of who I wanted to send that very broad message to with the first thing I said was, There's some
Also,
folks that probably shouldn't do it.
important to note, I don't know if this is true of all of us. It is true to a lesser extent for all of us, I know. But, like, alpacapatrol isn't exactly Rob. And,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
molding that persona is, you know, it does take time. And it's also a thing that, like, you know, Rob's probably not terribly entertaining all the time. Whereas I hope that I seek to make alpacapatrol entertaining all the time with energy and hopefully jokes or being an idiot and stuff. You know, but you know, you could also mold a persona that is a caricature of yourself, and that also is an avenue for.
And it's still you.
Right.
It is still you, yeah. I mean, like I'm not entirely, Rob or what have you. It's, you know, it's a square and a rhombus type of deal. You know,
It's too deep for me,
not
man.
all Robs are Alpaca Patrol, but all Alpaca Patrols are Robs.
Can you draw a Venn diagram representing that?
Right? Yeah. No. I
One
can't.
side is the
yeah.
Rob.
No, you can't see because it's
Oh.
It's
non-Euclidean.
only two. Yeah,
it's not possible.
That's a good point. Yeah. So that if there's anything you should
The
take
trick
away
question.
from it is that personas are non-Euclidean. So there you go, Lord Crimson.
There it is.
I hope that helps.
Personas can find the clitoris.
Yeah, personas can find the clitoris.
We were on our way to some really helpful advice there. I'm really glad we decided to go the other
No,
way.
I mean,
with it.
we keep it light here on Magic. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We keep it
Fun.
light on the clitoris because if you go too hard, then
Too heavy, too long, it's
Really?
gonna
Yeah,
get
no, that's
sore.
You're not gonna like it. Yeah.
Not best.
This is the real advice, man. This is the stuff
really
people
is.
need to know.
Be very gentle. I mean, you know, you could work it in there, but I mean, you gotta be.
You know how
gotta
many-
be
It's gonna
gentle,
be more
too.
entertaining on YouTube. Well, you got to go really light on the clitoris.
There's so many nerve endings. If you stimulate
There
them
are,
all, you're
yeah.
gonna have freaking overdrive.
It's
and
like 10 times that of the head of a penis. So I mean, you gotta go real light.
have you
on
seen
that
the full
bad boy.
structure? It actually wraps around the interior of the vagina.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
So does my dick.
Ew, ripped. So here's another question. Learning a lot of the video and audio stuff is intimidating in its own right, but the thought of getting so excited about something and then I have to constantly be constantly entertaining while I'm playing a game, that's terrifying. And I think this sort of just ties into the last point, where it's like, that can come with time. Certainly, but it, but it is like, it's one of those things that, I mean, even when I first started, like, didn't realize how much other stuff happens in the periphery while you're recording or streaming or doing whatever. There's a bunch of stuff while also trying to maintain a steady stream of consciousness thought.
If you want a good idea, I would say go to each of our channels and look at the first gaming video that we ever put up for each
Yeah.
of our channels, and you will get a very good impression of where pretty much everybody starts on YouTube.
All awful.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, what's funny is actually YouTube's a really good introduction to doing Twitch because it's like several steps removed from the amount of information overdrive that happens on Twitch, and it sort of lets you get into the free-flowing speaking pattern. Because then you've got to deal with, you know, we've got a constant chat log we're monitoring. There's sometimes notifications popping up in various places. We're monitoring the game. We're actually playing the game while talking. Also watching your OBS or whatever your output is to make sure things are going there. Sometimes you're watching like a donation tracker or Twitter. It could be 5 or 6 things all happening at the same time while still speaking and responding and trying to maintain some level of, you know, in the moment. It's very overwhelming. YouTube doesn't have all of those things, so it's a nice step into that.
Yeah.
That's true. Someone's asking, as a general rule, how to grow. And I think we kind of covered this on the last episode, too, where it's like...
That was like the whole basis.
A lot of the times, it's a shot in the dark. Like,
I thought they were like talking about their penis.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, just pull it.
well, no,
off.
no.
You
all
did
gotta
it, Baer.
do- No, all you
You brought the good advice back to penises. It's perfect.
all you really have to do if you really, really want to grow your penis, you got to click on those links in your emails that say grow your
Hundreds
penis in
of
6
them.
days. Easy. It's just the quickest way. You just grow your penis in 6 days. No, but he says like
so
people say
helpful.
post on Reddit and forums and stuff like that, and I only look at places and think where. I mean, like, there are loads of... I mean, like, he said he plays a lot of Isaac. So there are loads of forums with regards to, like specific games. I don't know Isaac specifically. I know the subreddit. And to varying success, people have had success with like content that they put up on Reddit itself, even in the Isaac community. I think now you can't just put up a random Let's Play, but in the early days of me doing Isaac, back when Wrath of the Lamb came out, like years ago, I didn't necessarily put up, like, you know, Let's Play number 69 of my Wrath of the Lamb series. I put up, like, hey, look at this cool, weird combo that I got, you know? And then,
Yeah.
Usually, I tried to supplant commentary over it, so that hopefully people go there not just for, like, hey, cool combo, but then also are like, oh, I kind of like that guy's voice. I might listen to more if he has more YouTube videos. And I did, and then I continued to grow, so...
That would be my strategy as well. Try and find your niche in the community, try and create some content that's a little bit different from everyone else, and then try and make it known that you're doing this and to what schedule you're doing it on, so that way people can know to come back. And if you get in the right circles with the right group of people, eventually somebody will take notice, so hopefully, and make it, you know, kind of as a exponential growth thing, they'll maybe let other people know. But it's all about community. It's not so much about just brute forcing it by yourself. I think, you know, if I didn't have people to talk to about the stuff I'm doing, a lot of this stuff would just go completely unnoticed, or at least especially when I'm starting out.
And actually, that's part that what you just said kind of goes into what he said. He's been living in the 0 to 5 viewer lands, and he streams like 3 to 4 hours, like a day and stuff, and it doesn't really get any growth. But yeah, like if you're out on your own in like the desolate landscape of natural discovery on Twitch, then like honestly, Twitch and YouTube especially does not really support natural discovery for people anymore. Like Twitch does not as much. YouTube really does it. Like it's impossible to find small videos on YouTube now. And,
especially now, it's way too late to try to get into the game if that's gonna be your approach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
YouTube's
impossible.
kind of a ship has sailed thing, unfortunately.
I don't think that's true. I think if you're the right person in the right context,
there
you
might
can
be
still
some
do
lifeboats
fine.
floating around. But
There are a few, but I mean, like those are like super. I think that like if you want to do just like I'm not going to do any outside networking work, and I just want to put out videos and hopefully people will watch them. You have to be super specifically geared.
New
content.
games with new communities. Every time there's a new game with a new community, somebody's going to jump in and somebody's going to become the next whoever of that game.
I don't know if that's true, because I mean the majority of like the big YouTubers now are variety channels, and they tend to
like they're established channels that YouTube is gonna promote because they're already established, and the search functionality works around that too.
Right, exactly.
and everyone is playing nearly every game now these days.
It's like I think we're more specifically saying along the lines of what Rob was getting at. If you're just going to try to solo brute force your way into the scheme of things, then it's a bit too late for that, because you do need to build around community at this point.
Yeah, you really do, because I mean, like, even if you're trying to do it that way, like with just how search rankings are, you know, the first page of any video game tends to be like one popular YouTuber's 10 episodes of a Let's Play. Like who's going back 20 pages to find some random guy?
Yeah. I do want to say though, if it sounds like you said that he was in 4 to 5 viewer land, if you're in 4 to 5 viewer land, you've already made a bigger step than you think getting out of 0 viewer land. You've already made a huge step if you don't even know it. Like getting to even a solid, you know, single digit number is extremely difficult these days. So you've made a big step. You're on the right track, obviously.
True. Although he has been saying that he did this for over 2 years now, and he's upset that the growth hasn't been great over the course of the 2 years. And but still, Austin's point stands. I mean, it's still better than 0, and it's a mountain. It's a mountain getting from 0 to any amount, especially now. I mean, I can't imagine starting off now again. It's really hard. We're
kind of sugarcoating the fact that it might not happen, and that's just kind of a reality you have to embrace.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm deciding to be an asshole today, but I just feel like these are things that people need to hear sometimes.
Well, I mean, hey,
it might not happen.
I mean, we all knew that going in as well when we started. Like, we all started at a point where YouTube wasn't entirely young either. I mean, we all started when it was starting to become like a really big thing, but it wasn't totally a super big thing yet, or YouTube wasn't yet gearing like, hey, here's a PewDiePie channel right next to the gaming channel on Xbox One, so watch all of his videos, and then you could watch everyone else's videes on YouTube.
Yeah, the algorithm was in its last stages of actually being decent when we started.
Yeah.
And a few months later, it got stabbed into the ground and murdered horribly.
Here's a couple of questions. What mic do you use, and do you have any tips for not picking up loud keyboard controller sounds in the mic, or is that just really not an issue with good quality mics?
I think I read, did this guy also say he had a group of people who were going to be streaming?
I didn't read the rest of the question yet, so.
I think I read this comment. I think he was actually mentioning he had a group of friends who were going to stream.
Just read my answers, because I already answered them on a point-by-point basis.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as a general rule for like everybody listening to the video, not necessarily reading the comments.
Fucking with you.
Yeah, there's loads. I mean, like Nick uses a Blue Nessie, which is a snowball mic, right? And I mean, that's...
well, Snowball is another Blue mic. It's a Blue brand mic.
Okay, yeah.
But I go on at the end to say, well, if you really want to, be worried about click-clacking on your keyboard, you need an arm. And this one doesn't have that, so it's not ideal. But I don't think it's actually that,
it's not that
like, intolerable.
Honestly, like here's how it works. This is how it works in anything regarding to audio too. It's like really easy to get from fucking shit to all right.
To pretty good.
Yeah, and then but getting from pretty good to great is like you might get like getting from shit to good is like you're 90% of the way there, and that's like a $10-15 investment if you really want to do that. To get from good to great is like you get like 5% quality improvement for your viewers and yourself, but it costs a lot more, and it's not something that you should have to really sweat too much. As long as you're not like crackling on your mic and clipping it and doing a bunch of really awful shit so that it's like impossible to listen to, you don't have to worry about like amazing audio quality, especially when you're starting out.
If you have the money to spend, get a nice USB condenser microphone. You can't. Yeah. It's really hard to go wrong with those. And yeah, I would recommend
unidirectional too. You don't want an omnidirectional mic, because if you have an omnidirectional mic, then like you're gonna hear the fucking construction work outside, and
it serves you no purpose at all.
Listen, I bet you can even hear the difference right now too. So check this out. So this is unidirectional right now, and then hold on, and now this is omnidirectional.
Now you can hear his voice bouncing off all the walls and hitting the mic from different angles, so it's just a huge increase in reverb. You don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah, also unidirectional does stuff like this. Like here's a snap over behind the mic. Same amount of distance, but you can hear the difference. And you still hear the sounds, like the background sounds, but they're much lower and much easier to just, not pay attention to, because in theory your voice should override all of that stuff, and you do have to have a steady stream of commentary if you're doing like YouTube Let's Plays. Not as much on Twitch, I think, but still.
Depends what you're doing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
If you have room too, I would recommend just a stage mic arm if you need an arm. If you don't have room, then you want to get an actual arm that attaches to a table or a wall. But
yeah, that's again getting into the good to great stage, which is like you're talking $250 investment potentially for something like that.
I think there's a
stage arm is going to be like $40.
But the mic attached
but
to
the
it.
mic,
the mic's about $200, right?
There's like 3 tiers of it. So there's awful, which is built-in microphone on your laptop. There's okay to decent, which is like a $20 USB stand on your desk mic, which really does make a pretty dramatic improvement already, and that's usually okay for getting started. And then there's the pretty good tier, which is like, I'd say honestly, like what I have right now still falls on the pretty good tier. So I've got a Rode microphone arm with a pop filter, a mic sock, and a Blue Yeti microphone, and this is pretty good. And then there's the quality where you're spending like thousands of dollars for like what Rob said is the 5%.
You have like a mixer,
a compressor, a preamp,
and for the sake of like a YouTube Let's Play, like straight up yes, it will be like a 5% quality improvement, but people aren't going to care that much. Unless you have like a really, really like good voice and you really want to like show that shit off. But other than that, I don't know. It's not.
Or unless you want to shriek into your mic and you need a way to make it not sound absolutely intolerable.
Yeah,
That's
too.
true.
I still have that problem. I tend to
you
yell
need it.
sometimes, and
Yeah.
a compressor would be nice, but I don't have the technological skill to use a compressor yet.
I use a mixer right now as well, but I don't. By use, I mean my microphone is plugged into it. And that's pretty much all I do with the whole mixing. It would be impossible to actually audio mix while playing a game unless I had an actual sound mixer near me. And also, you can't really mix without a script, so.
Yeah.
But
Really
we
though,
script all of these Magic episodes, so it's pretty
right?
easy when
We do.
that, yeah.
That's true.
So, you know, like
Was that another one that Bear was a part of? The
I-
scripts?
you're probably
It's an
right.
older one.
So.
It's been a long running joke. We do them every several months of the Magic.
I thought somebody
series.
actually accused you guys of scripting the episodes.
That would be
No, we
hilarious,
accused
actually.
ourselves and confirmed
Okay.
it ourselves.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
That's just a compliment.
Any tips for scheduling streaming at certain times? Should I just stream whenever I want and hope people tune in, or establish a schedule like what you guys do with the NLSS? Maybe do a bit of both. How important is that when starting?
Schedule. Never not important.
Well, I'd say that it is important for me. I think it's super important. Like I stick to a really strict schedule. That said, a lot of people get away with not a super strict schedule, with like a light schedule. Like I'll start streaming around,
Like Cam.
5 to 8 on Mondays or something. Or yeah, Cam, but or like a really popular guy like Man vs. Game. Like he
I
doesn't.
feel
have
that
a-
only applies to popular streamers, though.
Not necessarily. I mean,
If you're starting out, you don't have to conform to a schedule at all.
Yeah.
But if you can have a schedule,
Yes.
there's no reason not to have a schedule.
that's true. Yeah.
Or do both.
Don't build your schedule around what you think your audience needs. Build your schedule around
Yes.
what you can do, and then
There's
just try to find an
always
audience there.
people watching on
Yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah, that's
I
true
mean,
too.
The prime time is prime time, but trying to compete in prime time is almost impossible.
And there's time zones. There's people all around the world.
Yeah,
tuning
there's
in, so
there's
it's
always people watching.
somebody there.
Yeah, you can hit huge viewership at different parts of the day because prime times happen all around the world. You'll
I
just
would
have
even
different-
say that avoiding American prime times is actually good for early streamer because there's going to be less competition at those times.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, streaming early during the day is probably a pretty good spot. Sundays too, actually, because nobody streams on Sunday.
Sundays are great.
I saw it was a really small streamer that I happened to have rated and then like stuck around in their stream for the whole night. And it was like 5 or 6 a.m. and we went from like 80 viewers to like almost 200 or something. And I guess it was people that were waking up and wanted something to watch in the morning before they went to work or school.
Yep.
So it's like there's a weird time slot you don't really think of. Stream like at twilight in like fucking morning.
Yeah,
Maybe
Yeah,
there's something to be
but-
said for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a streamer on our team menu, Alaskan Savage. He starts around 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning and streams through to like 7 or 8 a.m. And you can see his viewer counts will just continue to go up through those twilight hours, especially considering like he'll get rates and stuff through then. And the people that are rating into him, like there's no one else to watch
Right.
at that point. So it's not like they're going to go off of him and go find someone else because he's like
There
the
you go.
only person live in their interest group.
A lot of people like to watch Twitch at work as well when they're getting to work if they work at
Literally
desktop.
all hours of the day, basically, by your description then.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
People
but
love to watch Twitch while they eat dinner. People love to watch Twitch instead of sleeping. People
People-
love to watch Twitch before work.
people like watching Twitch
all
after
true.
sex.
Hey,
And
man.
during.
Yeah, during
Be a
sex.
cigarette
too.
and a Twitch stream.
And they'll tell us about
You
it.
can't tell me someone hasn't been having sex during an LSS. I wouldn't believe you.
Oh, you're
No,
probably
the
right.
people have told us that they have.
No.
Yeah. I wonder how many people
see-
jerk off to my stream.
Oh, God. Don't.
See, you had to take it there because that becomes personal.
I
So-
hope it was at least a few.
My strategy is that I've got kind of both things going on. Like when I do the NLSS, that's a very rigid schedule. It's always the same every time. So there's a little bit of a built-in viewership there. Sometimes I do a stream directly after that to kind of continue off of that. And then other times I just do random streams that are outside of that with no real actual scheduling. But I announce them on Twitter every time, so that helps a little bit. Ideally, I'd want to make a video about it on YouTube, but I don't because that's a lot more work than I think I'm willing to put in. But it would be helpful if I did.
Also, here's the thing: as you continue streaming, you'll learn that there are gonna be just every time you stream, there's gonna be a couple moments like once a month where it's like, oh, this is a cool new program that I'll boot up before my stream for something that'll be handy during the stream. So by the time that you've been doing it for a couple of months, you're booting up like 10, 12 different programs and pages to set up your things. And I don't do this, but I've gotten this, I've heard this advice: make a batch file. It's super easy to do. I used to make batch files all the time, and it's like basically you just write in a text document, like really simple stuff like run program whatever, and you click the batch file and it opens up all this shit. And you could just, all those clicks can just be turned into just one button a lot of the time. So
that's a fucking computer program.
That's pretty handy.
No, it's you don't have to use a computer program. You just it's.
I'm joking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a joke.
No, but yeah, like running a batch file is, it's a text document. You turn it into a batch file. It's very simple, and it's really easy to do. So that can save you a lot of headaches.
Fucking sucks when you're streaming and then your power goes out or your shit crashes, and then you've got to restart. Wait while everyone's fucking writing picnic 100 million times, and then just, you know, launch all that shit again. And it takes way longer than you'd expect, especially when you feel like you're under pressure to do it fast.
Yeah, some of them you have to put in some settings and stuff too before you get them going.
Depends what you're doing.
I usually check everything as well.
Man, and then this other time I had to increase the brightness on my monitor by 2 digits. That was a pain in the ass.
You really have it tough.
Hard.
You really have it tough.
Someone asked, well, this is actually the same question. How important are descriptions? I don't read streamers' descriptions, and often I'm in a minority.
I would hope you wouldn't read screamers.
What kind of stuff should I put in the description? How much of an impact does it have? It's one of those things. It's like a condom. You want here. Let me.
You have this way too pre-prepared.
Let me continue this metaphor here, because a condom. How a condom works is, you want to have one and not need it, rather than need one and not have it. I think that's the general rule, honestly, with descriptions as well. Like, I don't think most people read the descriptions, but in the rare cases in which people do use the descriptions, which I do from time to time when I'm lurking in a stream, it's important to have one. It's good to have like a bunch of information about where they can find you, what they can do for you, with you, when you're streaming, all of that, all the relevant information, rules especially, but all the relevant information having to do with you and your brand down there, and making it look pretty doesn't hurt either.
Think about how many times you will have answered those questions over the course of months that you could have just said, oh yeah, I got the answer to that right below the video window.
0. They'll ask you in Twitch chat.
I didn't hear what you said because my headphones died.
Oh, here we go. We've
reached it wasn't important.
That's the end of the episode.
No,
everyone.
it's been doing that intermittently. I've missed a bunch of points that you guys have made, so you know. But
I just said it's nice to not have to repeat yourself, which ironically really works out.
That is pretty funny. But
I hate you so much.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's
a good
like
tip actually. For streamers and YouTube video, have some fucking headphones that work. You know,
make
sure they don't
that's
cut out.
really helpful, especially if you're doing videos with a group who really hate repeating themselves a lot. And we meet up like twice a week on Mondays and Fridays, and every time it's still a problem.
General rule.
I sound salty, don't I? I didn't mean it to sound that salty.
You're allowed to be salty.
This is a long one, so you guys talk about pooping on airplanes while I read this and try to.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm not going to do that.
All right.
Yeah.
I assume we're probably getting close to the end of the Twitch comments, yes?
There's a long story.
Yeah, feel free. Go into it.
Well, I'm not going to read the story, but there's a question that comes out of it, which is, I don't understand why random people come in, say hello, and leave. I notice it, try to communicate with the viewer, but she just leaves. What was the point of trying to communicate if you leave right away?
I said it's probably the delay. Most likely, people just expect immediate gratification. Maybe don't know Twitch very well. They say something, you're like, oh well, I'm not really super dedicated to this channel. Later.
Yeah, that's possible too. I think also it's that people have an extremely low attention span on on Twitch, and the thing too is that you know, you can't hope that every viewer stays. Is the general rule. I mean, viewers are gonna come and go and sometimes come back, but
Come again?
yeah, it's come again and then go away again and then come back another time and then go away for a little bit, but then they'll come back for a short period of time and then they'll stay for a really long time and then go away, and then they might come back after that.
All right, I think we get the point.
Away.
So
but no, but like in general, don't. Here's one thing, because I see this on some small streams. Don't be like super duper desperate about viewers, because it's kind of off-putting. Like, I see some people, and don't get me wrong, some people make it work, I guess, but I've seen some people have like a bot that like greets people when they walk in.
Ooh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, that's a extreme no-no.
Yeah, and the reason for that is you really have to keep in mind that 80%, and this is a real number, like 80% of the internet lurks. They don't want to know. They don't want to be known to be there unless they actively make their presence known, and that's okay. That's
Yeah, lurking's not a negative term. It just sounds very negative whenever people say it. Lurking is just not talking in chat, just sort of silently watching the stream, in case you don't know.
Yeah, and it's 80% of the internet. Most people don't like. It's like I forget the breakdown I saw a long time ago was like 80% of the internet just don't post anything on the internet. They don't comment. They don't create content, and then like 28% post comments, and then like 2% actually make any content for the internet. So like when you out somebody who's planning on just like showing up at a stream and seeing if they like it, it does get a little bit weird.
I've had a little reticence about using things like favorite notifications or follower notifications. I find that to be a little bit off-putting personally. I understand you want to have a celebration when you're starting out. It's like, hey, you've joined the group of whatever we're calling ourselves, but if you just want to kind of quietly watch and you're putting the heart there for your own sake, maybe you don't want to call attention to yourself.
Yeah, that too.
There's no opt-out either for people if they don't want the thing to show up and make a big fuss.
Right. Yeah, that too.
You guys have any preferences on follower notifications?
I think, I don't know. I
them so
completely,
much.
I agree with what you're saying. I didn't think about that in the same way. But for smaller channels, I don't think it's a huge deal, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think the
I
follower
wouldn't get mad
notification
at
for
someone.
smaller channels is like the subscriber notification for
yeah.
bigger
Oh, I
channels.
know.
And I think that's okay in those cases, right? Because it's like, if you don't have a subscribe button, you could have something to celebrate. And honestly, it makes more people want to follow as well.
I suppose.
So, for the most part, like, the majority
And
of people
most-
see that and they
I think most streamers don't really like make a huge deal out of it either. It's usually just like, hey, so thank you for the follow.
Have you seen Cam?
Yeah, I've seen a few
All right,
people that
yeah.
do.
No, what does he do?
I mean, he has oh shit, shake that ass play, and then he dances a lot. I love it. It's like the greatest thing in the world.
I mean, you can make it your own for sure, but I think the main one though is like, if people just come in to lurk, don't shout them out. It's
I went into a chat that did that on a channel I wasn't planning on chatting in, and I kind of just immediately left. I was
It's
just
actually-
like,
I have to.
It's
yeah.
an objective negative to do that for all the reasons you've stated, and then also in the event that you happen to end up with someone really famous in your chat that doesn't want to be drawn attention to, and you mention them, all of a sudden they're never coming back again,
Yeah.
right? They're
Yeah.
gonna go, oh shit, so they're gonna like make a fuss out of me being here. I guess I'm just not gonna watch this person.
Yeah,
Just don't shout out anyone in lurking in your chat.
I don't want to make a specific point, and I won't mention who it was because I honestly don't remember. But I went into someone's stream and they had one of those because I just wanted. There was just some game, I forget what it was, and then they had that thing and they shouted me out and they were like, "Oh, I know who you are, blah de blah. Like, you're actually, if I remember, you're actually blah de blah or whatever." And it's just like, I don't.
Yeah,
and then,
you're
like-
not always in the
and
mood
then
to
some of
talk
the-
either.
Yeah, I lurk most of the time, honestly. Like, when I go on Twitch, most of the time I just lurk on streams. I don't interact with anything unless I'm streaming myself or it's like my friend's stream or something. Even on my friend's streams, I usually just lurk. But yeah, I mean, like in that specific case too, it was like, and then the chat said like, "Oh yeah," like a couple people would be like, "Oh yeah, I know that guy," and it's like, and like, hey, that's really cool at the same time, right? Like I like that you know, sometimes I'm a name that's recognized. That's interesting, and I actually really like that in video games. But when it's in a Twitch stream, then it shifts focus, and I didn't have a chance to like view you, and I don't know, it just gets kind of weird. And it's especially weird, I think, for people who aren't even like regular Twitch streamers. They're just regular Twitch lurkers, and they have to get shouted out, and they don't want that as well. So I don't know.
That's a pretty hard and fast rule with me like that. I wish more people would just say that that's a rule. Like, just don't acknowledge lurkers or people that don't want to talk.
Yeah. Let them
You don't gain anything from it.
Yeah, like, it's, I mean, the majority... fuck, the majority of the people who watch these videos lurk.
Yeah.
And, like, the vast majority. And that's cool. Like, that's good. I don't... Not everybody necessarily has a thing to say that they want to say or that they feel like saying at all. So
it's slightly different on YouTube compared to Twitch, where it's an actual dynamic, like, living, moving thing. On YouTube, if someone gets shouted out, they could, like, I could delete the comment, and maybe they'll just never, you know, notice it. They might not come back and see it anyway. Anyway.
Yeah, I feel like we've covered a lot of good points.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's, like, all the...
I think Baer fell asleep.
What?
You just kind of like lifted up your sombrero. It's like, oh yeah, I'm recording.
Yeah, I was letting y'all have your time, man. I talk too much.
Oh,
What?
God
humbug.
damn.
So yeah. Also,
Is that it?
I think that's pretty much all the questions that I could read. Just going.
Hey, if you guys want to ask more questions about whatever, feel free. We might read them and do another segment like this next time if you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be about Twitch and YouTube.
It doesn't. Yeah, I would actually prefer that it wasn't, to be honest, because
I don't mind if it is. I kind of enjoy talking about this stuff.
I do too, but it feels like I'm sucking my own dick all the time, and
Oh yeah, well,
I don't like that.
somebody's got to do it, right?
Yeah, that's true. I don't get any action.
Sorry, Rob.
Thanks for watching Magic.
Bye, everybody.
Oh,
Friday.
Bear's gonna outro us. Okay, thank you.
Bye, guys. This is Alpaca Patrol signing out. Peace, fools.